Hey there, it's Betsy, and today we are back in Lightroom, and I am here with Cole's Classroom to walk you through one of the ways that you can make your subjects really pop off the image in Lightroom. So one of the things I really love about Lightroom is how versatile it is, how many different things you can do with it. There are so many different ways to make an image pop, and everybody's style is a little bit different, but I wanted to show you with the new masking tools that Lightroom has made available, some really simple ways to just help your subjects pop off that background. So I have a photo opened up here that we're going to use, and I have done all of my basic editing. This photo would be completely deliverable to my clients. I like the way it's edited, everything's good. I'm going to go in here and we're going to add a new mask. Now, you could do what I'm about to do in two different ways. You could edit the subjects, you could edit the background, or you could do both. And so today we're going to do both. You don't have to do both. You don't have to do any of this. This is just a fun extra thing, and it may help you achieve the look that you are after. So let's go ahead and hit subject, and what you're going to see is that Lightroom is trying to detect your subjects. Let's see. We'll give it a minute. Okay, and you will see that it bumped up the exposure. I'm gonna double click, make sure everything's reset. But if you hover here, you can see where it has automatically selected the subjects. Now it's kind of missing this guy here, but for the sake of time, we'll just let that be. It will still get the same effect. So what we can do here is now I can make edits to my subjects however I would like. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some contrast to them. And it's adding contrast to them, but not to the background. So that's going to help them stand out just a little. You could add a little bit of clarity to them. And that is also going to help them stand out just a little from that backdrop. Another great thing to do is if you have an image that has some haze in it, you could select your subjects with the mask and then apply the dehaze to your subjects while leaving some of that haze around them, and that would help your subjects pop. So that's all I'm going to do for that. I don't want to change too much else because I don't want it to look unnatural, but I am going to add another one, and this time I'm going to tell it to select the background. So let's give it just a minute. And I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to just click off all these. So, okay, there. Now you can see in the red that it has selected the background. Again, we've got this little thing over here. You can tweak that. I'm just not going to mess with it right now. And what you can do is I'm going to, once I start making the edit, you'll see that red goes away. So you can see. So now you could lower the exposure of your backdrop. You could, let me come down here, you could increase the saturation so I could really help those colors pop. And so I'm darkening the background while I'm making them have a little bit more contrast. And so you could go like super extreme here. Now, I don't want to go super extreme, that's not my style. But by just doing a little bit in that background, you are helping them to pop off just a little bit. So that's kind of a cool, fun way to totally change the look of an image. So I'm going to just toggle these masks off and on. So if we turn this off, that's the image before. And then that's the image after. And you can see they just kind of pop off a little bit more. Now, to be fair, this first image is a little bit more true to my personal style. So doing something like this may or may not work with the style of editing that you like to do. But I know that not everybody edits like me. And so having something that's a little more contrasty and a little more bold, that might be right up your alley. And if so, this is a really easy, simple way to make your subjects pop just from using these masking tools that Lightroom has made available. So just as a reminder, what I did, we started with the subject mask. I bumped up the exposure on my subjects a little bit. I added a little bit of contrast to them. Let's see, what else did we do here? Added some clarity. And then I selected the background and we decreased the exposure. I decreased the blacks just a little bit. And I think, oh, and I lowered the clarity just a tiny, tiny bit. If you go too crazy with this, it looks way fake. But by just bumping it down a little, it softens that background just enough that your subjects can really pop off. And so again, just one last look at the before and after. We'll just turn these off and then turn them back on. And there you go.